Hi, thank you so much, Hunter and Chris, for joining me today on CreatorCon.
Thank you
No
for having
problem.
us.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
So excited. Listen, we have our sports panel today, and we're talking to two very impressive big sports creators, but from a different lens. That's why I wanted Hunter to have you on, former D1 player. You're coming from a football perspective, it's different style content. Coach Chris, i.e., the name coach, you're coming from a coaching perspective, leaning into the sports creator world. So, we're going to have a really fun conversation and play a few fun games at the end. But to start off, I'm going to start with you, Hunter. Tell everybody who you are. Who are you and what do you do?
So I'm Hunter Reynolds, used to play football at the University of Michigan, Utah State, had a brief stint in the NFL. I kind of took all the knowledge and all the lessons I learned throughout my time playing, and now I kind of try and pass them along to the next generation through really just talking about different stuff they're going to go through, different stuff I went through, giving them those lessons, and then also trying to, be lighthearted with it, give relatable scenarios that people go through in the form of skits, in the form of, talking about it, but just kind of all around content based on football.
I love it. Well, thank you for that intro. Good. People know who you are. Chris, I'm going to do the same. Coach Chris, who are you? What do you do?
Well, I don't have his resume. I'm just an LA fitness legend, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, I'm just all about just the kids just showing who they are. Having kids in my video and skits, being able to show their personality and just showing them there's another world out there than just playing basketball. And they can use social media as a way to just help them expand their, I don't know, NIL deals or use content to make money as they're playing. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I love it. So you guys have both grown a significant following across different platforms, leaning into the sports niche. I guess if you didn't do sports style content, what type of content do you think you would do and why? Hunter, start with you.
I don't know, because I can't dance, so I wouldn't be in that lane. Can't sing, so I wouldn't be in that lane. I don't know. Maybe I'd be like one of those like YouTube pranksters or something like that. I have no clue.
No?
I think sports is what like led me to the content. I don't know if it was the other way around.
Okay. Coach Chris?
For me, it'd probably be food review and like vlogs.
Okay. Food review and vlogs. You would lean into that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's talk a little bit about the different styles of content you do. You guys both lean into this, humor as part of your content. Why is that important for you? Do you think it's contributed to your growth? I'll start with you, Chris.
For me, honestly, it's just showing who I am. I'm showing everybody a different side of me that nobody have seen. And it's just about, I'd rather people laugh at my pain than me just pretty much, I don't know. I just feel like it's just me showing who I am. I'm just being myself.
You're not
I'm just
trying
being,
being yourself.
I'm finally just being myself. There's one side of me when I'm coaching where I can't be funny because kids won't take me serious. So social media is a way of me just pretty much really therapy,
Sure.
Yeah.
Hunter, what about you?
Yeah, I played college football for 6 years, played high school football, so it's like there's just a lot of experiences I've been through, and I feel like kind of laughing about them. It just helps people get through it and makes them realize like, oh, like I'm not the only one going through 6 a.m. workouts right now, having to brush my car off from snow at 5 in the morning to get make it on time. So I don't know. It was just one of those things where I think of a scenario I've been through, and it's like, oh, I could probably make a video about this. People are going to resonate with it, and I feel like every time when people resonate with stuff, that's when they become or engage and interact with your content.
Yeah, so that leads me to my next question. I guess, why do you think you've had success? Why do you think you've continued to grow a following? Hunter, I'll start with you. What is it that you've done that you think people are latching onto?
Kind of like Chris said, I think I'm just myself. I don't try and be anyone else. I don't try and fake my experiences. Everything I talk about is a lived experience. Everything I joke about is a lived experience. So people can kind of see that like genuineness.
Yep.
And I think when people notice that, that's when they kind of flock to you. As
Yep.
opposed to when you're trying to put on a facade, it's like, we could tell he's kind of acting. He's not. This isn't really who he is. That's when I think people don't have as much success. So it's really just about being myself. I've always said like there are certain things I could probably do that would lead me to getting more success, but it wouldn't be me.
Okay.
And I don't want to sacrifice myself just to be on social media, just for views, just for followers. So if I have to sacrifice a video that could get 1 million views just because it's not who I am and it's not what I want my brand to be about, then I'll pass that up because I think being myself and being genuine is more important than that.
For sure. So no, that's a good point. And I think there are people who are doing things that are outside of their personality just to gain those views and followers. You kind of advise, I guess, against that.
Hmm.
For Coach Chris, what's your thoughts? Like, is that have you has
Yeah,
you yourself lended it to your growth?
yeah. So pretty much the same thing that Hunter said, and just being relatable, something that people can go on and be like, "Damn, this actually does happen," or "Damn, I go through that." Same thing that he said about driving. You have to take the snow off the car. You know, just relatable stuff that go with athletes. You know, I have a perspective of a coach and an athlete, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys have both, I mean, I'm sure you both watched the Super Bowl over the weekend. We have a little US Canada rival here. Did you like the halftime show? Anybody want to comment on that?
I liked it. I'm a Kendrick fan, so I liked it. But let me just preface this by saying I'm not on either side. I'm a fan of both artists. I like the halftime show. I like his music. I like Drake's music. I don't know either of them. I'm not OVO. I'm not TDE. So I can I can comfortably listen to both back to back. I probably have listened to both of them back to back in the last couple days. So
Okay, okay. Coach Chris,
I didn't
Toronto.
like it. It was boring.
You what?
It was boring. It was boring. It was boring.
Okay, you're not a Kendrick fan. You don't want to talk about it. I get it.
You know, I don't want to think when I listen to music.
I get it. I get it. Okay, let's talk a little bit about platforms, guys. What platforms have you had the most success on and why? Pick the one that you feel like you've had the most success on. It doesn't necessarily mean follower count. However you deem success, which platform and why? I'd love to hear that.
For me, I'd say honestly, Snapchat,
Okay.
weirdly, Snapchat and Instagram.
Okay, but Snapchat, you're saying number one, why? What's going on Snapchat that you think has allowed you to have success?
Because it's just once you're consistent with it, I'm always like my videos are always doing numbers on Snapchat. It's because I'm consistent and I post stuff in my story and people get to really see who I really am during the day and stuff. And I feel like that's what's helping me a lot.
Okay. Hunter, what about for you?
I would say Instagram just because I think I reached the broadest demographic there. So
Okay.
TikTok is like very, very young. YouTube, I'm just not as like big on there yet. But Instagram, that's where I can tell, okay, I'm reaching the high school demographic, the youth demographic, but also I've had a lot of parents go up to me and be like, yo, I saw your videos, like this really helped me, or I saw your videos, I sent it to my son. I thought it was really inspiring, could really help him out. So I feel like my impact has probably been felt the most on IG.
Okay. Okay, cool. And so let's shift. I want to talk a little bit about top three. I want to hear from both of you players in irrespective sports, and then I want to have the other person grade it. So, Hunter, who are your top three basketball players of all time? And then I want to get Coach Chris's reaction to this and grading. So, Hunter, top three basketball players of all time.
All right, so at number one, we're gonna have Bron. At two, we're gonna have Jordan. At three, it's tough. It's between Kareem and Shaq. I think I'm gonna go Kareem.
What?
Yeah, so
No
Bron,
Kobe. No
Jordan,
Kobe?
Kareem.
Wow.
No
That's crazy.
Kobe, Hunter.
Like, I don't want to hear. I mean, I love Kobe. He's a great player, great athlete. Very inspirational. I don't even have him in my top five, really.
Oh, that's scary. Wow.
Okay, Chris, I need your reaction to this.
Well, LeBron and Michael's not top three.
I,
Michael's not
like
top
that.
three.
That might be crazier than what I said.
Not top three. If you watch the games and go over the stats, he's okay. I like the LeBron.
I will leave this right now.
I like the LeBron. I like the Shaq. You know, Shaq in there and Kobe.
Okay. So you're not loving his top three. You're not
No.
feeling.
Once you said Michael Jordan, I was done.
Well, we're gonna switch it up. I want to hear Coach Chris, your top three football players of
Okay.
all time, and I want Hunter's reaction.
But the GOAT, Tom Brady's number one. Nothing else. Number one, Tom Brady. Number two, Randy Moss. Who's number three? Who would I say number three is? That's actually a tough one. Santana.
I'm lost. Hunter?
What? What?
I mean, can you just post a clip of this, Dakota? Like, I feel like I don't even need a response or reaction right now. Like,
Are
just
you
post a
serious
clip.
right now? What? All right, fine.
I
Number
think my
three.
top three was much more reasonable than his.
Wait, Tom Brady's not the best?
Best player? I would say best quarterback. I wouldn't say best player.
Best player of all time, Tom Brady. What do you mean? He has one of the most rings.
I would say Lawrence Taylor, Jerry Rice. Who else we got? I mean, there are much more football players. So I would say Ed Reed ahead of him.
Okay.
Wow.
Deion Sanders. Who else are we missing?
It's getting wild.
Maybe Emmitt
Wow,
Smith.
this is crazy. This is crazy. No Tom Brady in there is insane.
No, as a quarter, he's the best quarterback of all time.
Okay.
So what
okay.
the hell?
Let me ask you this. Oh my goodness, you're lighting.
Somebody turn up the light. Sorry. You were saying.
That's okay. That's gonna be the clip, Hunter.
They probably heard what he said.
Yo, this guy kills me.
Really quick. I wanted this or that. I'm just gonna ask you two since we're talking about this. So Mahomes or Brady, Hunter?
Mahomes.
You just said Tom Brady's the best. So how does that make sense?
You know,
you just said
like
he just
Dakota,
said he's
give me a criteria here. Like,
Wait,
if I have to choose a quarterback.
Yes, if you have to choose a quarterback.
All right, so if I'm starting a team, I have to choose a quarterback.
Yes.
Mahomes.
Okay.
This guy's on.
He hasn't played. He's played 7 years. Like, he hasn't played as long as Brady has. Of course, he's not going to have the same career and resume.
But Brady did it right away. The first year.
So did Mahomes. He won an MVP his
Brady
first year
beat
starting.
Mahomes.
Won a Super Bowl the second year starting.
Brady beat Mahomes.
Tom Brady's team beat Patrick Mahomes' team.
Oh my gosh.
Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes never played at the same time on the field.
Man, I'm done. Brady came back from the comeback that he couldn't do. That's all I gotta say.
It was against a different team. Like,
Atlanta was good.
Patrick Mahomes was winning MVPs and Super Bowls to start his career. Tom Brady was winning Super Bowls, not MVPs, but really it was more so his defense.
Nobody cares about MVPs. It's all about who can win at the end of the day.
Okay.
Mark can't win, and he's MVP.
It's getting heated. Okay.
I mean,
I love it. So now, LeBron or MJ?
Oh, LeBron. I'm not gonna argue with you. You think LeBron too, right?
Yeah, LeBron.
No.
Come on, it's not even a discussion.
LeBron or MJ?
LeBron.
Crazy?
What do you mean?
No.
He's best player of all time.
This is wild. We're moving on. Tell me what success, right? Do you feel?
Wait, Dakota. Sorry to cut you off. It makes sense now. You're from Toronto. LeBron has victimized Toronto for the last, I don't know, like 2 decades.
Wow.
So it checks out. It makes sense.
Wow.
I get it now. Are you a Raptors fan?
Who's a Raptors fan? Are there people that are Raptors fan? You're a Raptors fan, Coach Chris?
I'm a Lakers fan.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what Toronto Raptors, like, I don't know, like.
Don't be calling out Toronto, Hunter.
Wait, so who are you a fan of?
No, I'm not a fan of. I don't have a team. I'm not behind a team, right? But like for me, you can't. I mean, you cannot discount Michael Jordan as the best of all time. Like
No, I can like 100% discount, 100% off. Buy one get one free. Buy one get like 3 free discount. Like,
you guys are wild. Okay, really quickly, how much do you think social media is going to impact the success of, people's careers over time? And what I mean by this is I'm shifting into the NIL conversation, because obviously we see student athletes start to get, scholarships or getting more notoriety or getting, visibility from schools because they have such big social media followings, and they might be getting opportunities they previously weren't. Do you think that's a real thing, and why? Or do you think talent will always outshine social media following in this new generation? Hunter, I'll start with you and then Chris.
I think you still have to have the talent. Like, I think kind of to liken it to the music industry, you see people like they kind of have that one song pop off on TikTok or something like that. They have the one hit record, but they don't really have the talent behind it to push them forward into being more mainstream. So I think it's the same thing for young athletes. You could have a massive TikTok following, but if you're not really good on the field or on the court, I don't think it's going to propel you any further than you would have been if you didn't have it, but actually had skills.
Okay, cool. Yeah, what's your take on that, Chris?
I agree. Like, you gotta have some talent, but like the more following you have, the more money you're gonna get. If you're I'm just saying, both kids are talented, the same talent, but one kid has way more followers, he's gonna get more money.
Sure.
So that's why I always tell everybody, still pay attention to your social media, because that's how much money you're gonna get.
Okay. No, really quick. Would you rather have a 50-point game or score 3 touchdowns?
50. Nobody cares about football.
He's coming after you, Hunter.
Nah, shit, I might rather have a 50-point game too.
Come
Like,
on, come
Would
on,
you? Okay.
come on.
if
Imagine me
if you
just
could
going to
from birth,
school.
if from birth you could say, all right, you can either be the best player in NFL history, the best player in NBA history. I'd rather be the best player in NBA history.
He knows. All the girls wanted the
Like,
basketball players.
I'd rather be an elite basketball player than an elite football player.
Come on, he knows, man. All the girls
Yeah.
wanted the basketball players.
Oh, it's 'cause
Everybody
girl.
wanted the
No, that's
hoopers.
not.
Oh, that's why everybody knows that. Money, girls, everything. Come on.
I mean,
Okay.
you can do either, whatever. But
Would you rather dunk on LeBron or intercept Tom Brady?
intercept Tom Brady.
Intercept Tom Brady.
Woo! Okay, why? Why?
Because if you do it in a Super Bowl game or a big game, that's powerful. But dunking LeBron, people are not gonna push agenda.
What about for you, Hunter? Why?
I mean, if I got an interception on Tom Brady, I feel like, you get a dunk on LeBron, it kind of comes and goes. There's not really a stat for that. Like an interception, it's like there's a stat, it's in history. Anyone looks up the game, Hunter Reynolds intercepted Tom Brady.
Got it. It's big. Okay. I hear you.
What position did you play? I see your answer now.
I was gonna say, what position do you think the other one played and why? But I'm like, if you guys don't know anything about each other, it might not make sense. But okay, let's talk quickly about young creators coming up in the space, because the reality is you guys have a lot of young talent following you, across your different platforms. If you could start on one platform, and that might not be your advice, it's to go on all platforms, but I want to hear, if you could only pick one platform to be on, what platform would that be and why?
Instagram.
I might go YouTube.
Okay. Why?
That's a good one.
I think if you get good at YouTube and you actually develop a following there, it just has the most revenue potential.
Okay. And so for Instagram, why did you say Instagram, Chris?
Just the people Instagram's like that account where if you have a lot of following in it, people are like, all right, then you're actually in people's eyes are like, oh, you're actually a true influencer,
Like it legitimizes you.
Yeah, like some people have a lot of followers on TikTok but can't get it on IG. I don't know why, but
Yeah. Where do you have your biggest following? What platform for both of you is your biggest following?
So it is TikTok, but I feel like if you look at a lot of people's how many followers they have on Instagram compared to TikTok, if you look at that ratio, I feel like mine's a lot higher for like Instagram to TikTok.
Okay.
I would say, I don't know, I feel like they have near 500,000, pardon my language, like 500,000 followers on TikTok is kind of around 100,000 on Instagram.
Okay.
And I only have I don't even have 250 on TikTok, but I have 31 on Instagram.
Okay.
I consider that if I want to push, if say you said, all right, you have to get X number of people to go to a website, I would use Instagram to do that.
Got it. Okay, cool. And what about you, Chris? What's your biggest platform, I guess, in terms of?
It was Snapchat like a week ago, but now it's Instagram.
Okay.
And yeah, the same thing he'd say. Like I care. Instagram's like the big thing for me.
Are you on Snapchat, Hunter?
I'm on Snapchat. I always tell myself every 2 weeks, all right, I'm gonna get consistent. I'm gonna post on here, and then 2 weeks later, it's like, oh damn, forgot I said that.
Yeah, you got to get on that. I'm telling you, you got to
start it again.
You got to get on that.
I'm gonna take. That's my project for later on, Dakota. I'm just gonna take all my videos, upload them to Snapchat.
Okay. So I know a lot of people talk about Snapchat, right? We have a lot of the young creators too that we work with that talk about Snapchat. We don't do as much brand deals there. And I find that there's still some brands that are less hesitant for Instagram and TikTok because they know it. They understand it. Versus Snapchat, they're kind of like, I'm not sure, but I understand the engagement there does great. We're also seeing some brands leverage threads for, collaborations, which is interesting because when it first came out, brands were very like, no, thank you. And now we're seeing a little bit more appetite there. Are either of you on threads?
I'm sparingly. I don't know. Something about the algorithm. Like, I use Twitter heavily. That's like my algorithm. I've been building it for the last decade. Very me. Threads, every time I try and craft an algorithm, it's like, it just doesn't work. See a bunch of stuff I don't really want to see, so.
Okay. Threads for you, Chris, or no? No, nothing.
I didn't even think people took it seriously.
No? Okay, yeah, people are. There's some people who are making money there. I'm telling you, I've talked to them. So it's nuts. Yeah, it's interesting.
Isn't it Instagram? I'm so confused.
It's interesting what works for everybody, right? Like, and I think that's why part of the discussions, I think it's good to kind of hear from everyone. So, as a lasting piece for both of you, what advice do you have for young creators who want to be you? What are the things that you do behind the camera that they don't see? Give us some realities, right? Because I think people go, oh, it's so easy. Like, I'll just post clips or I'll just do this. Like, give us some realities of growing a following and making content. What are some of the sacrifices day to day?
Studying. I'm sure Hunter knows, just studying other content creators and see what see what's the new trend. Yeah, just studying a lot and understanding the platform that you're in and understanding your fans. And don't be scared to try new things and see how they pick up on it.
Well, good. Yeah, Hunter.
Yeah, I would say there's a lot of stuff you're not gonna want to like love doing that you're gonna have to do when you first start out. Like I hate editing. So when I'm first starting, especially YouTube, like when I first started, I'm not really making money off of social media to be kind of investing back into it. So that first little period, it's like, all right, we're gonna have to edit our own videos. We're gonna have to go out and record our own videos sometimes, stuff I'm not really like too well versed in. So you have to watch, like I'd watch a lot of tutorials on how to do different things. And then eventually in time, I got to a point where it's like, okay, now I'm starting to earn actual money. I can reinvest that back into it. So now instead of me spending 8 hours editing a video, now I'm paying someone, they edit the video. Now I can kind of start doing other things. So I can delegate my tasks, do other things with my time.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, unless you just come into it with you already have money, you're not going to have that ability. So I think that's why a lot of people, you see them every year. Oh, I'm starting a YouTube channel. We're doing this, doing that. Cause it looks kind of easy. It look on the surface. Then they get to it. It's like, oh, I have to actually sit down in Premiere, edit this video, sit down in CapCut, edit a video, edit my thumbnails. And that's where they kind of fall off. So you have to kind of push through the non-glamorous parts to get to the glamorous parts, I would say.
Nope, that's great advice. Well, listen, as I said, I want it to be short and sweet. I want everybody to come and, learn from both of you. I think you guys have great things to say. Again, in the sports creator space, there's such a massive opportunity. People can definitely follow you guys to learn more. And thanks so much for joining me today at Create.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah,
And
thank you for
Hunter,